Intro's playing. Bing, bang, boom. Turns on the podcast. Boom, boom, boom. All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to the third episode of the Slotcast. As always, I'm Josh, and right by my side here is Zez. Zez, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Very good. We have our first guest today on the Slotcast. Very happy to have him. Guys, welcome Mascoobs. How you doing, brother?
Yo, what's good? Chilling.
So I'll be honest, Scoobs, I'm a fan, bro. You took a bit of a break from streaming, right?
Like a couple weeks, yeah. I'm
A
always
while
on
ago,
and
a
off
while
break.
ago. So before that break, dude, I was watching you. Like I would just lose on stream and then go watch you at night, dude.
Yeah.
And it was like when you were just ripping Fruit Party, and it was just so much fun watching you. So very happy to have you as our first guest.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So
Yeah.
what we like to do, our first two episodes, we got into the gambling history of Zez and I and how we got into all of this. So, I mean, the first question we got to ask you is like, how did you start gambling even before streaming?
So it was on my 21st birthday in December. This was right before COVID happened, like the 2 months before COVID. And I went to the casino and with some of my friends from home, and we ran it up. Actually lost that day, but I was like, this is kind of fun. So then I went back the next day without my friends, and I turned $200. I went with $200 in cash, and I lost that 200. But my buddy who I went with was upstairs playing poker, so I was just bored walking around, and some guy was like, I was just asking random people, can I Venmo you for 200? Because I couldn't take out any more cash. So some guy was like, all right, yeah, get Zelle. I had no idea what Zelle was, whatever. I Zelled him. He gave me 200 cash, and there was I sat at the blackjack tables, and this Asian lady helped me turn that 200 at 8 p.m. at night until about 5:30 in the morning. I think I walked out of there with like $3,600 or $3,700 cash, which was like as a 21-year-old, like that's the most cash like I've ever had at once. And so that was pretty crazy. And then for the next month, there was a casino about 30 minutes away from my college, and I would just go there with the kid who plays poker upstairs. I'd just play blackjack, and I'd only go with $200, and I would never play slots or anything. I would just play like blackjack and sometimes roulette. And every day I would either walk away with like $400 profit, 500, or break even, or just lose the worst 200. And then the next day I'd go, like, I'd never buy back in because of my like the gambling addict, like the degen in you hasn't kicked in yet. So I did that until eventually the casinos got shut down for COVID, like a month after I had started. And I was like, damn, like, what do I do? So I was like Googling it, like on YouTube. I was like, how to play blackjack online. I had no idea about Roulette. I had no idea about anything. And I saw Exposed made a YouTube video, and I clicked on it. And then in his description it had his Twitch, and I clicked on that. And that was the first stream I'd ever watched was Exposed. And I had no idea about like Roulette fills or Roulette deals or anything like that. And then after that, like Steve Will Do It would post stuff on his Instagram stories and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is the same site that Exposed plays on, blah blah blah. And then I just said, fuck it. One day, my little cousin's big into technology and like computers and shit. So I called him. I was like, what do I need to like start streaming? And he's like, just get a PC on Amazon. So I got like a $600 PC on Amazon and just started streaming it every day.
That's fucking sick, dude. And that first time you went to the casino with your buddies, was it like your friend's idea to go?
Yeah, well, I'm always like down like for like wild stuff, like either like strip clubs or like casino nights and stuff like that. So I was like, let's go to the casino. Like we're all 21 now, like whatever. So we went, and then some of my friends went up like 500 or 600, and I lost. I don't remember if I won or lost, but like the next day that I won, like the very next day, it was a Saturday night. Then I went back Sunday evening with my buddy who plays poker, and the Asian lady, that bitch got me from like $200 to like $4,000. So it was pretty cool.
Asian ladies or old Asian men next to you at the casino is the best friend you can ever have.
That's the way, yeah. Especially at like Baccarat, it's the best way to do it. And yeah, no. So ever since then I had no idea about like casino deals or fills, and I would just deposit like $120 or $200. And I had a decent amount of crypto since like 2018 or 2017. I had like a couple of Ethereums and like I think like not a lot, but like 20 or 30 Litecoin or something like that. I never had any Bitcoin. It was just Ethereum and Litecoin. I had a couple of Ethereums and a couple Litecoins. and I was like, that was always like my savings, you know what I mean? But then I started like depositing a little bit of it onto Roulette, a little bit more, you know, to keep the streams going, which is cool. It was like investing in myself and in my brand and my stream, which was kind of cool. And then yeah, I never got a Roulette deal. My first deal was with like one shady casino that they didn't let you keep any of the money or whatever, so it was like fake money. But I only did a couple of those, and then I got lucky. I was one of the first people on stake.
You
Uh,
were 100%.
yeah,
Dude.
I was
You've been
one of
on
my
there forever.
account was made. I can tell you right now, my account was made July, so it's not one of the first people, but July 23rd, 2020. And since then, I've wagered like 14 or 15 million dollars on there.
Damn.
Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah.
wild.
So obviously you told us how you started streaming, but what made you stick around for streaming? Because a lot of people start streaming a couple months, they see like, oh, I'm getting 4 views, 5 views, like why am I even doing this? But what made you stick around?
No, the thing for me was like, all right, I'm losing every time I stream, but I didn't care. Like I didn't really care about. I didn't view it as like, oh no, like this was like all my crypto that I'd saved. Like I'd put in like every little job that I'd get, I'd put a little bit of crypto into my Coinbase account. But I didn't really care about that anymore. I just cared about like this is so fun. Like I have like, especially for me, it took me the longest to go from like 10 viewers to like that 30, 40 viewer mark. Like I'm thinking way back then when you would have 10 viewers, you could pretty consistently get that. And then you get like 30 or 40. Like I never had that like jump from like 40 to 100. Like that took me so long. But like I don't know, I just liked it. I liked going live. Oh, I'd get a lot of subscribers. Like I remember I'd have like 50 or 60 average viewers, but at one point I had like 800 subs.
Just
Like
toying
on my,
with
because
watching
I would do
every-
sub trains. I gave away, dude, that PC I told you about that I bought for like $800. I gave that away my second month streaming. So just from subs, I was able to buy the PC that I have now, which is sick. And I just had an extra PC, and I like, you know, like you could either sell it for $500 and have $500 more to gamble with, or I just said fuck it. I did a raffle for it. I remember. And my second top sub gifter, Blaze Games, I shipped it to him in Kentucky or something. I don't even know where. But yeah, dude, like I just shipped him a freaking PC. Like it was crazy. So it was really like I have like a really good like core like the like small. I have a small community, but like the core people in that community are like super like they do everything. Like they support the shit out of me, which is the only way I was able to keep going every day.
Yeah,
But
It's
yeah,
almost like all of this shit for you happened naturally. Like you didn't even like think about it before it happened. It all just started happening and then just you never looked back.
yeah, exactly.
So, in your time gambling, well, okay, this is something that like Zez and I both asked each other. In your family, are there any gamblers?
Um, yeah, so like I'm half Persian, and like all my Persian uncles and cousins, like they all play poker, like a lot of poker. So I've been around poker. Like poker I've been around since I was like 15 or 16, but they'd always tell me like slots and blackjack and like casino games are like loser games, like games that you go and lose, like the house edge. Like poker requires skills, you know. But now I can't really play poker anymore because I can't sit there for 6 hours and play poker. Like I just want to go all in. For like if you're playing with your it's really fucked up to say, but like my concept of like the degen in me, like, you know, the concept of like $100 playing poker for $100 pot, like, you know, you can go do like $1,000 sweet bonanza and get either $5 back or like 10 grand. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
can
I agree.
100% agree with you there. I started playing poker. That's how I got into gambling. And since I started getting into slots and everything, it's so much more fun. It's
yeah,
like poker is work. It's not fun.
yeah, it's definitely a grind. Like the streaming and, you know, doing everything, coming up with ideas on how to keep growing as a streamer so you don't fall off. But like, yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah. I can relate to that because I mean I started like a year and a half ago and I would literally have 2 people in my stream watching me and I just kept going because I've never saw this as like I'm doing this as a business. I just was like I'm gonna gamble anyways. I might as well go online and have somebody talking to me while I do it. And then
Exactly.
I like you said that jump from like 2 3 viewers to 10 to now 25 30. You just don't see it happen and then when you see that happen you're like shit I actually got people that like watching me. I kind of want to keep doing this but I agree. It definitely is fun to stream, even when you lose. At least it makes it a little bit more fun because, you know, you see
Yeah.
people watching you lose. At least they can feel your pain. You're not sitting there like, damn, I just lost
Like
this and nobody watched.
entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so
Yeah, no.
that kind of segues into our next point. So what is your biggest win? Could be money wise or multi wise on obviously while streaming.
Biggest money wise win. I don't know if you know, I was doing $93 Plinko balls. I hit the 1000x, so that was 100 grand.
Damn,
That's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
ballsy though. That's ballsy.
dude.
I mean, dude, if you've ever watched my streams, I'd risk my whole bankroll. Like I'd risk my entire net worth on Limbo before, and I've lost it like many times. Like I've had to reset to zero so many times. Like it's unbelievable. Like it's now I don't really care, but like back in the day, I remember like Limbo. I'd spam the shit out of Limbos and literally lose 1,000 and had like $800, not even in Coinbase, like in my debit and like checkings account, like savings account on my wallet, in my not wallet, on my like bank, in my bank, and I'd have to buy the crypto on Coinbase, send it, and I'd get like, let's say I bought for 800, like 770, and I'd lose that whole thing in 2 minutes on Limbo again, and then I'd just be like, fuck, like rage and end the stream, and then like those nights are hard because like you can't, it's so hard to sleep. Like once you
So
lose.
that's I never saw anybody play Limbo like you. Nobody
Yeah,
played
yeah.
Limbo the way
I
you
have
play
I have a
Limbo.
really bad problem when it comes to Limbo.
I didn't even know that people looked for big multis on Limbo. Like it was like
Don't look for big multis, dude. I do 1.5 and I just spam like $500.
no, but you
Like
were the
it's
first
so
one.
bad.
I started doing it after you, going for like tens and shit. You know,
Yeah, it's
like
so bad. It's so bad. So
Dude,
I try not to play Limbo anymore.
I've seen
I've controlled that.
thousands on there. Like I've seen like 1,000 multipliers, 2,000, 3,000. Like who even goes for that? People do. Like it's crazy. Like they'll spam dollars on fucking thousands that they hit it. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's my biggest multiplier. I've hit the 5000x. I hit max win on Gates of Olympus, max win on Sweep. Oh no, not Sweep. Max win Gates of Olympus, max win Voodoo Magic, which is the 1000x, so it's not that much. Max win Fruit Party twice, one on $1, one on 60 cents. I hit the 500x on Gates of Olympus, which is actually my biggest YouTube video that has like 260,000 views. That video I hit 500x, but it was a $5 bet, and it paid 15 grand. So it wasn't max win, but it was still 15 grand. What are some other big ones? One time I was doing really degen shit, and I was doing $150 balls on Plinko, and I hit 130x, so that paid like 20 grand or 18 grand.
That's still good.
okay.
Uh,
And then, I mean, this is the perfect way to get into our last question. Is there an amount of money that you could win that you would retire from gambling?
oh fuck no. Fuck no. Absolutely not, bro. Wait, like retire from gambling? That would mean retiring from streaming too.
No,
Yeah.
not
Oh
No.
fuck no. Dude, unless I got if I got like if I got like 100 million, yes, but with that 100 million, I just want to I would do $1 million bonus hunts every day.
Yeah, like you can't stop. I feel like it's bad to say that you can't stop, but it's just the more money you get, the more things you want to do with it for streaming and to play. There's so much more potential.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it's like making money gambling is great, but at the end of the day, we gamble because it's just fucking fun.
It's fun. I mean, I don't advise it ever.
Oh,
I would say don't gamble, but like watch me lose all my money, cause like, dude, like I've legit risked like every dollar I have so many times. Like especially when you're first, like when I was first coming up, like on stake, I like especially with Limbo, dude, that shit was bad.
I think that, someone like you shows that, like, if you're going to gamble, you need to know what you're getting into, and you need to be willing to lose whatever you're putting in. And that's why I fucking wanted to have you as our first guest.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
we
And
do
then
have
now,
our discussion section.
yeah, so now we're going to have our discussion. We decided this last week. We were talking about it. We got into it at the end of the episode. We were like, let's save this for next week. So we already told you there's a lot of opinions on this. Can a slot expire? Does a slot ever go bad?
Well, I was watching, so I think yes. I think not so much now as it had in the past. Like when I first got in, my the main slot was, well, not main slot, but my favorite slot, which was a very popular slot, was Snake, right? And now you don't really see that played ever. I don't think expired, but like got replaced by like a bigger and better slot. I mean, I don't think Sweet Bonanza or like any of those top 5 to 10 pragmatic slots will ever expire. Like Doghouse will never expire. Spinning, like Doghouse regular will never expire. Um, but like you see, like Legacy of Dead, most of the book games, not book shots, but like Legacy of Dead, like all those, like you see, like Rosh used to play those 20 like on his like he had a 5-year. I don't know if you guys saw the 5-year anniversary video, which was sick. I really
Great video.
like the way that was put together. Like he was showing like all his big wins on like the older slots. Like nobody really plays those slots anymore, just because I think, yeah, I guess they get quote unquote replaced by better slots. I mean,
Well, it's just the kind of
Starlight. I wish that shit would go away.
it's like with
But-
those slots, you've never seen anybody hit a max screen of the Pharaohs or the whatever his name is, the
Yeah,
guy Rich Wild or whatever. And when slots are coming out that you're seeing people max win, it's hard to go back to something where you know a max win's not in sight.
Right.
Okay, that is true. I mean, like, for example, nobody's ever hit the max win on Sweet Bonanza, but you got people hitting the 300,000x on the new hacksaws or whatever they are, like, or play no
40
limits.
cents. 40 cents though.
Yeah, for sure. But even on 20 cents, I don't think anybody ever hit the 22,000 on
Never seen
Sweet
a max
Bonanza.
win.
Or maybe it happened and I've never seen it. But
There's never been a recorded known to date
Yeah.
Sweet Bonanza max win
Um,
or Xmas, but like Fruit Party
oh
Common,
yeah, of course.
any
yeah.
5,000x with
Yeah. So
yeah, those are really
Yeah.
sweet.
So
Well,
you
more
talked.
and more, I'm seeing that Pragmatic Games released can all max win more and more.
Yeah. Most slots have a max win. I mean, Doghouse. I mean, and most of them. I mean, no, every slot has a max win. It's
Yeah, of
just
course.
not
So that
easy
they
to hit.
actually hit, you know,
Yeah.
like
Right. Yeah.
I do. So still about the expiring thing. So we talked about it in the way like people stop playing them. I want to talk about it with does the game feel different? So for example, Fruit Party. You said you've hit 2 max wins on it. I've hit a max win on Fruit Party. I used to get.
I hit. I hit Fruit Party too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got close to that. I got like 3,700x on something. But I feel
Madam
like,
Destiny Megaways. I hit Madam Destiny Megaways too.
damn, you're just getting all the pragmatics, right?
dude. Yeah.
And you know what the problem with me though is I hit these massive I have a bunch of them recorded on stream, like Voodoo, Fruit Party, Gates of Olympus, but there's a couple of them, dude, that I'll be in my bed on my phone and I'll hit the max win on that and I'll tweet it out. Like I hit the Plinko, dude, I hit the $100,000 win on Plinko on my phone next, like, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't recording, it wasn't for content. I mean, I tweeted it out. I got like a lot of people know, but like that's annoying that I didn't get a content out of it. I'm like the most unlucky gambler, I'd say, because I don't really hit, like I hit decent on stream, so I get the clips, I get the YouTube videos, but then I really like my biggest wins are on my phone, I swear to God. And it's like typically after like a Saturday night out going out. Because that's when I don't give a shit and I'll do like a $4,000 Gems Bonanza buy and it pays me $30,000.
I say that all the time. I literally can never hit on stream. All my max wins off stream. My 30,000x on Potato was playing off stream by 4 in the morning before
that game. I'm gonna play that today on stream actually.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of advice on that game. Don't go big on it. It needs a lot of buys. It does need a lot of buys. And I've grinded that game. Yeah, I mean I've got one and my friend Beefy got one. And I was like 30,000x is not a small number. I mean, yeah, I hit it on 20 cents, but it's still like.
So, well, I had a couple questions for you guys. So, one, who do you guys plan on bringing on here? Like, who do you see, or who for guests, along with who are your guys' favorite streamers to watch at like in the nighttime, during the day? Like, who do you guys find yourself going to the most?
I'll take the lead on this one. So for next week, that for sure bringing in Banksy because I've talked to him about it. But I would love to bring everybody in, like every major streamer, because I know people have every like different tastes, and we could bring him in, talk a little bit about them, make him more personal with people. I think it would be a good idea. And who I like to watch. So I watch a lot of people. I have so much free time that I end up watching everybody. But main people I watch, like Banksy, whenever he's live, I'll go watch him. Raw, I like to watch. Joe in the morning, when he streams in the morning, I'll just go sit. Even if I'm doing homework, I'll just have him in the background talking about just the randomest shit. But it's just so fun watching him. And then, of course, Rosh and AZ.
He's funny.
Yeah,
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's very funny. And Rosh is just like, I feel like if you don't watch Rosh, you're missing out. You're missing out on like a lot of good information, a lot of new slots, a lot of just new things. Like I learned so much from him.
Here, After a year, I got unbanned yesterday in Rosh's chat.
Damn, what you do?
Damn. Did you
I
get
don't know.
never squad or some shit? Or like,
We don't need to talk about it. I'll tell you later.
All right.
But no, you can keep that. But I'll tell you why I got it. It's
Alright.
stupid, but I'm after a year, I'm unbanned, so it's fun.
All right,
It's
Josh.
okay, listen, Doug. I'm a half a keyboard warrior too. I worry about my logs in some channels.
Hilarious.
So for me, like, I started this podcast because like I just want to give like a different side of the streamers to everybody, so everybody could like get to know their favorite streamer outside of just playing slots.
No, that's sweet
So-
because that brings the personality to the gambling scene, along with the favorite the people that they love watching the most. Like each section will have a different streamer, which will be dope. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
no, for sure.
And nobody else does this. I haven't heard of any slot podcast.
they're
You
not.
know?
I don't think
Yeah,
there's any.
Literally none. And I'll be honest, you were
Podcast,
the
like
first
people covering Twitch news, that sometimes the train wreck or that'll come in, but like never has there been like a slot directed podcast. This is sweet.
And then I mean, like for me, like when I started getting into this, the exact same thing happened as you. Pandemic hit. I didn't know what to do. I found Steve Will Do It's videos, and I saw Crash, and like Crash was so sick to me. Just the concept of being able to cash out whenever you wanted. So I opened up Roobet and just watched Crash. I didn't deposit anything. And then I found some kids stream who got me into watching Twitch streams, and then I started watching Classy Beef. Then once I found Rosh, dude, I never looked back. It's just like Rosh is just breaking the boundaries of what people are doing at all times.
Yeah, definitely.
You
With that side, as a streamer, a gambling streamer that's constantly trying to improve the stream quality and improve like giving back to the viewers and enhancing the whole dynamic of the stream. No matter you hate on whoever, whatever you guys say, Roshdean is the king of. And AZ, I agree. AZ as well. I think Roshdean a little bit more just because he has more experience. But Rosh is really, not to dick ride anything, he has everything down to a pin, like down to every detail, every stream deck button. Everything is just perfect. Hotkeys now that he integrates into the stream. It's so viewer engaging that it's like how you want to get like the overlay is simple. The overlay is simple with like the purple background. But I'm talking about this because I've been focusing a lot on this because I'm really trying to go for some stream upgrades and the website and everything, like I said. But just like, man, everything about slot info, that slot information. Now he has people doing it, right? Every time he has a win, they go into a program and input every win. But the fact that he has every single win, that is so much work. His mods, because I have 2 mods that are doing stuff for me now. His mods are on top. Like they have to be making like a doctor's salary.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have the guy Jail Zeus, who's the one who created everything on the back end.
Yeah.
He doesn't even, you don't even see him in chat anymore.
Yeah.
He's so busy handling the back end,
Bro, it's just like pulling up his stream is just everything is so crisp and clean and perfect down to a T. Like it's ideal.
I don't think anybody can argue. Not everybody likes, big money. Not everybody likes the theatrics of everything. But at the end of the day, I think everybody can agree that Rosh's stream is just on another level.
On another level. And it's really hard to ever even compete with that. And also personality wise, dude, the guy's dancing, the guy has the dog, it's like
100%.
Yeah.
And I mean, you mentioned AZ, bro. AZ is younger than all of us. AZ is 21.
Oh, I'm AZ's age. I'm 22.
Yeah, I'm 21 too.
Yeah. Well, I'm 24. I look like I'm fucking 40, but I'm 24.
You remind me a little bit of Fencer GG, like your voice.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's also a streamer.
Yeah,
You have the same voice he does.
So basically, AZ is so young that like, dude, if he keeps doing this for 5 years at the rate that he's going, he's gonna be doing crazy shit.
Well, he already is $1 million bonus hunts every day now.
No, that's what I mean is that if he's doing this now at 21 years old, 5 years from now, who knows what he could be doing?
I'll give it to him. To his production value is insane. I mean, like his new like casino idea for his streams and all like the flipping cars and the ball drops, it's insane. Like that's insane. That puts you on another level, just like
dude. And I've been like trying to I've been talking to web developers and programmers and stuff, and like just that gravity. I don't know if you guys know that animation that drops a ball randomly and lands on something. All that AI for like his casino, like with the wheel and stuff. Dude, that is 5, maybe 6 figures worth of development and programming. It's crazy.
That is
That makes
crazy.
sense, dude.
It's money
Because
well
you need
spent. You're
physics
investing it in
now.
your stream.
Yeah.
That's like if you got like for any advice, like for any up and coming streamers that are trying to enter the gambling scene. Yes, bet size and all that stuff is relatively important. Obviously, to have 40,000 viewers like Rosh, you have to have the $1 million bounce. But a very important key to not forget is the production quality of your stream and make it viewer interactive and stuff like that. You know.
I agree.
100%.
I agree.
I think that's a perfect place to
Yeah.
end. I think that's a perfect way out because a lot of people watching, I'm sure, want to be slot streamers.
It's hard, man. I mean, people ask me, like, not ask me, I'm not like anything big or anything that ask me every day, but like, I get a lot of messages on Twitter and stuff like, hey, in chat, like, hey, like, I want to start streaming. Like, I gamble anyway. How should I start? And you have to be prepared to have a big bank. Like, you have to have some sort of bankroll for gambling now. Because nobody, like, when I started, $200 on Roulette would get you 50 to 100 viewers.
Yeah.
Like, you could do the $200 starts, you could do 40-cent spins, but you have to have some sort of bankroll. And you have to just have that something that separates you from the rest. And that's the trickiest thing. That's like where it's not like easy,
Consistency. Be live every day.
That is something I slack, and that is something that you need to be able to do.
Yeah. So guys, go check the link down low. All Scoobs links are down low. Go follow him. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Thank you very much for coming on, brother. It's been
absolutely.
great.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate this. And I think this podcast is a really good idea what you guys are doing, because this is some shit I would watch. That I Google like, oh, what's like interview with systems or interview with Foss. Like, you want to know more about them, so that's sweet, dude. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.